Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 30 Pokemon battles from the animated show. Number 30, Ash vs. Harrison. Following Ash's iconic victory against Gary in the Johto League Silver Conference, Ash takes on the Hoenn native Harrison. Although their battle has some very notable matchups, including Pikachu vs. Kecleon, things really heat up in more ways than one when it comes down to the final two Pokemon, Charizard and Blaziken.
Blaziken! Use Flamethrower right back!
The two starter Pokemon throw everything they've got against each other, and it even looks like Charizard has won when he hits the Seismic Toss. Unfortunately for Ash, Blaziken fights through it and miraculously gets back up. The battle reaches its end when the two fire their strongest attacks in a beam struggle, and while it looks like things aren't over, Charizard eventually succumbs to all the damage he's taken.
Charizard is unable to battle, and Blaziken wins! The winning trainer is Harrison from Silvertown!
Number 29, Lance vs. Diantha. Apart from the finals themselves, this showdown in the Masters 8 tournaments was most notable for the fact that it was the most unpredictable. Both Lance and Diantha are legendary champions in their world of Pokemon who could easily secure the win, although the latter did have the type advantage.
That Moon Blast was powerful! Can Hydreigon withstand it?
Despite this, Lance powered through and gave her a run for her money throughout this battle, making all the Gen 1ers out there proud despite the results, which saw Dragonite fall to Mega Gardevoir. Number 28, Ash vs. Tyson. When you look at a Pokemon lineup like Tyson's, it's no surprise that his team gave Ash such a grueling battle. But the Pokemon that sealed his victory surprised us nonetheless.
Flaily, Ice Beam attack!
Sceptile, use your Solar Beam!
The battle between the two is intense, featuring dynamic moves and clever tactics, ultimately leading Ash to push his limits, especially when it comes to Tyson's Metagross, which required Swellow, Grovyle, and Pikachu to take it down.
Metagross, no! A close-range thunder attack could be trouble!
But the real highlight of this battle is Tyson's cowboy-themed Meowth, who manages to be the last one standing against Pikachu when they both strike each other with their own Iron Tail.
Unbelievable! Both sides have taken direct hit!
Number 27, Ash vs. Maylene. Ash's 3-on-3 battle against the Veilstone City gym leader is a memorable showdown that showcases some great moments early on with Ash's Staravia. But the whole reason why this battle is on this list is honestly for Buizel vs. Lucario alone. This clash is a complete and utter endurance test, with both competitors literally tearing off the roof. The battle comes to an explosive conclusion, with both Lucario's Force Palm and Buizel's Aqua Jet causing both of them to be knocked out. Despite being a draw, this battle was so hard fought that Ash still acquired the gym badge at the end. Number 26, Ash vs. Olympia. When two Pokemon coordinate their moves perfectly in a double battle, you're in for a heck of a tough time. And that's exactly what Olympia did with her two Meowstics. The feline Pokemon constantly use their psychic abilities to dodge Frogadier and Talonflame's attacks, all the while combining Helping Hand with a delayed Future Sight to almost put them down.
The time is now.
In order to counter this, Ash asks Pikachu to keep track of Future Sight's timing, allowing his Pokémon to direct a Meowstick's attack right at them.
Do it now!
The battle culminates with Ash's Frogadier launching one of the most impressive water pulse attacks you'll ever see. Number 25, Ash vs. Steven. As his first battle in the Masters 8 tournament, this showdown was a significant step forward in Ash's journey to become world champion. Facing off against Steven, the cool and collected Hoenn region champion, Ash had to dig deep and strategize like never before. Steven took the lead early on, with Aggron taking down Dracovish and Cradley slapping Gengar silly with Power Whip. This left everything down to Pikachu, who struggled big time against Steven's Mega Metagross. Luckily, Pikachu was able to turn things around after Ash passed him his hat and hit the 10 million volt Thunderbolt Z move.
Controlling electricity at will.
This paved the way to victory and proved to everyone that Ash was a true contender for the title. Number 24, Amethio vs. Hamba. After suffering defeat at the hands of the Black Rayquaza, Amethio returns to base and requests training from the second-in-command of the Explorers, Hamba. What follows is an absolutely incredible display between Ceruledge and Dusknoir.
Now, Dusknoir, use Shadow Ball.
The two ghost types trade attacks with such beautiful animation that it wouldn't look out of place in your top-tier battle shonen anime.
You Psycho Cut!
The battle finally comes to an end when Dusknoir terrestrializes and knocks Ceruledge out with a wicked Shadow Punch.
Ceruledge, no!
Number 23, Leon vs. Lance. As Johto and Galar's Apex trainers battle it out, we not only get to see Charizard rip and tear in a whole new light thanks to Journey's increased animation budget, but also see the return of the Red Gyarados. That by itself would normally be enough to land it a spot, but then they go full kaiju by both activating Dynamax, leading to a battle of dragons that would have likely destroyed the whole stadium. Number 22, Ash vs. Greta, an overlooked martial arts bonanza of a battle with plenty going for it. Not only did we see Ash have to compete in yet another double battle, but saw the return of his Snorlax.
Let's win this thing. What do you say?
Once more! Arm thrust, Hariyama!
Sure, type-wise, the big unit should have been wasted in the opening seconds, yet thanks to an obscene resilience and crazy amount of moves under his gargantuan belt, Snorlax basically took down all of Greta's Pokemon single-handed. Taking untold amounts of punishment before body slamming it right back, all of you wannabe trainers out there had better put some respect on Snorlax's name. Number 21, Ash vs. Trip. If anything, this whole fight was an apology for how Pikachu got done in by a level 5 Snivy during the season's opening episodes. After regaining its strength, the Thundermouse was ready for a rematch during the qualifying rounds of the Unova League, paving the way for a brutal confrontation with Trip's now fully evolved Superior.
All right then, smash Pikachu into the battlefield!
What am I gonna do now?
Still not sure how it was able to combine Iron Tail with Electro Ball together, but hey, Black and White doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to fights. We'll take what we can get.
Let her rip, Pikachu!
Number 20, Ash vs. Wolfric. He may appear to be a warm and jolly fella, but this gym leader is practically a walking blizzard when it comes to battles. This was mostly due to his Abominusnow, whose innate ability to constantly conjure snowfall not only created problems for Ash's whole team, but also had a Mega Form that rocketed it all the way to final boss material. Maybe that's why watching Greninja slowly chip away at it made for such a great time. Not every day you get to see a frog ninja punch a Yeti into oblivion. Number 19, Ash vs. Clements. It's plot armor versus the power of science as Ash takes on the genius gym leader. While mostly serving as the resident third wheel all throughout their tour across the Kalos region, Clement was still skilled enough to put Ash through his paces thanks to the force of his Luxray, even overpowering Pikachu at one point.
Now Luxray, use Wild Charge!
Luckily for Ash, he happened to have a pseudo-legendary in his arsenal courtesy of Goodra, who proved steady enough to blast away the competition thanks to its dragon-type moves and general gooiness.
Goodra, now let her rip!
Number 18, Ash vs. Jeanette. It may not be the most explosive match out there, but Kanto purists can't help but look at this fight with major nostalgia goggles. Why? Well, for one, it actually made us believe that Bellsprout was a threat, seeing as how it wiped out Bulbasaur and Pikachu like it was nature's answer to John Wick.
Well, folks, I guess you'd call that a garden variety attack.
Then you've got Ash's rebuttal in the form of Muck, who proves immune to all of Bellsprout's strikes, leading it to casually smothering it to the point of suffocation. Okay, so looking back on it, it was kind of messed up. But come on, look how happy Muck is.
Now I understand how that Bellsprout felt.
Number 17, Ash vs. Morrison. Harkening back to the days where fighting your friends in a Pokemon battle was an emotional ordeal, the Hoenn League saw fit to have Ash and his new comrade, Morrison, go against one another.
Girafarid's light screen is powerless against that Vice Grip!
However, unlike when he fought Richie, Ash couldn't care less and is all in on winning. Morrison takes it less well, so much so that for the first half of the match, he struggled to get it together.
Grovyle misses its mark and gets hit by Guillotine!
Thankfully, he eventually snapped out of it, giving us a friendly bout that made for one of the Advanced Series' best.
There you have it! In an epic battle, Ash has defeated Morrison and will move on as one of 8 quarterfinal contestants!
Number 16, Ash vs. Misty. It was only a matter of time before these two decided to have a rematch, and the results were far better than we could have hoped.
Quick! Use Iron Tail!
Far from the trainers they used to be back in Kanto, Ash once again won the day against his first potential love interest, this time by busting out Pikachu's Z move to bring the thunder.
Alright, here we go with full power now! Use Gigabolt Havoc!
However, the real standout here is Misty. She not only showed she was capable of controlling a Gyarados, but could utilize its Mega Form at will.
Mega Evolve!
Number 15, Ash vs. Brandon. Not only was this a great fight in and of itself, but it also served as something of a reunion special for Ash's classic Kanto team.
Bulbasaur, just hang in there!
Taking on the final Frontier Brain for the third and final time, Ash assembles a full team of A-listers, including Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charizard.
Charizard, Dragon Breath, go!
Normally that would mean the end for your average trainer, but Brandon is a special case since he not only has a powerful lineup, but also has all three of the legendary golems just casually waiting in the wings. Still not sure how Pikachu brought down Regice, but hey, at least it looked awesome. Number 14, Ash vs. Gladion. This is it, the regional championship that Ash finally managed to win. 20 years of waiting, with the results proving to be far more epic than they had any right to be. This is in large part due to Gladion and how his side story wove together with his chosen team, from the once scorned Silverly all the way to a freaking Zoroark. Having the fight conclude between the two visions of a Lycanroc was just the thematic cherry on top. For all that Sun and Moon might have gotten wrong, this battle fully embraced the spirit of the series, only with a crazy amount of polish. Number 13, May vs. Drew. Pokemon Contest was certainly hit and miss as the franchise went on, though we can all agree that May's championship battle against pretty boy rival Drew was legitimately exhilarating.
Razor win!
Blending together beauty and tactics, the way in which each attack is paired with another to create these destructive feasters makes every exchange all the more thrilling to behold.
Now let's use overheat! No time to take a breath! A beautiful overheat coming straight out of a spin!
Not sure what's more impressive, that May won by the skin of her teeth, or that her tag team of choice was a Squirtle and a Combusken. Number 12, Cynthia vs. Iris. This battle of two Pokemon generations was a true clash of styles. We have Iris, the energetic and unpredictable Unova champion, going head to head with Cynthia, the seasoned and strategic Sinnoh champion.
It's an electric type attack!
Seeing Iris's powerful dragon types, such as Dragonite and Haxorus, against Cynthia's diverse and well-trained team, featuring the mighty Garchomp, was a real treat for the viewers. Even when at a disadvantage against Cynthia's Mega Garchomp, her Haxorus never backed down. Despite her loss, the battle showcased Iris's growth as a trainer and cemented Cynthia's status as a fan-favorite champion. Number 11, Ash vs. Alan.
Let's go!
It's a surprise thunderbolt from Pikachu! Can Metagross?
One of the most dynamic, well-animated, and hype championship matches of Ash's career, the fight against the master of Mega Evolutions Alan proved to be so intense, we're not even bothered that he lost in the end, despite having such a severe type advantage. Well, maybe just a little.
All right, water shuriken at the ground!
Still, the final showdown between Greninja and Mega Charizard X made it all worth the wait, especially with Greninja unleashing a burning water shuriken during the closing act. Number 10, Ash vs. Drake. While the Orange League certainly isn't the best part of the anime, at the very least, it gave us all a finale we could really sink our teeth into.
Those two are really turning up the juice!
One of the first examples of a full 6 vs 6 Poke Battle Royale, there were plenty of great moments here for fans of the classic series, including seeing Lapras utilized in battle instead of transportation, as well as Ash using his Tauros.
Tauros, send Venusaur soaring now!
Of course, this all pales in comparison to Drake's Dragonite, who realistically should have been able to wipe the floor with little Pikachu.
Pikachu, thunder attack!
Pikachu lights into Dragonite with a tremendous thunder attack!
Number 9. Ash vs Viscez. In terms of animation quality, the fluidity of the fights, the creative use of moves, it's all here. Taking on Lieutenant Surge's replacement, we not only get to see how Ash handles his Gengar in a fight, but also see a second iteration of the Pikachu vs Raichu rivalry. Only here, nothing about it is static. If anything, it's so supercharged that it completely overshadows the original. Number 8. Ash vs Korrina. I mean, purely for the fact that Lucario and its Mega Form are here means we have to include it. One of the earliest matchups during Ash's trek through Kalos also turned out to be one of the most gripping, since it not only gave audiences a taste of its upgraded animation, but also just how powerful Mega Evolutions could be. While Pikachu once again seals the win with a killer shock to the system against the series' secondary mascot, it was certainly a hard-fought struggle. Number 7. Ash vs Blaine. This is the reason everyone wanted to own a Charizard. You don't see Venusaur casually picking up a Magmar, spinning it around so hard it creates the shape of a planet, all before tossing its foe into the heart of an active volcano. Yep, this penultimate gym battle was lit, and by far one of the highlights of the original series. Charizard not only dominated against a foe that packed just as much heat as it did, but proved that if Ash had properly trained it, he could have easily won the Indigo League. Number 6. Ash vs Cynthia. This battle has been one fans had been wanting to see for years, and we finally got it in the Masters 8 tournament semi-finals. Cynthia was without a doubt Ash's toughest opponent yet, and truly showed off why exactly she's the champion of the Sinnoh region. In the middle of the battle, Cynthia Gigantamaxes her Togekiss, which surely would have been the end of Ash's championship hopes had he not Mega Evolved his Lucario. What follows on from this is a brutal fistfight between Garchomp and Lucario, where they both refuse to give up despite the incredible number of strikes.
Those punches are incredibly rough!
Thankfully, Ash's Lucario pulls through and wins the battle of attrition, sending him straight to the finals. Number 5. Ash vs Kukui. While not exactly a recognized champion in his own right, the Alola region's resident laid-back professor still proved himself to be a tour de force of a trainer with the legendary Tapu Koko by his side. Of course, you can always leave it to Ash to dip into his inner chosen one and win the day in style. guess when it comes to riding the lightning, Pikachu is strong enough to even outdo that of a guardian deity. Number 4, Ash vs Sawyer. This battle is pure spectacle, to the point where it easily overshadowed the Kalos League final.
Electro Ball!
With Sawyer packing a robust team that could easily hold their own, it took a combination of actual strategy and onslaught of top-tier techniques for Ash to pull out the win.
Use cut!
Not that it was an easy victory, since each matchup divulged into a bitter back and forth, all culminating with Greninja trading blows with a rather beastly Mega Sceptile. Number 3, Ash vs Gary. Rivals come and go, but there will only ever be one Gary. While the two had traded insults on frequent occasions, it wasn't until the Silver Conference that these two kids from Pallet Town got the chance to settle the score.
Hyper Beam now!
Finally resembling the blue we know from the games, this 6 vs 6 slugfest was the perfect way to cap off Ash and Gary's ongoing feud.
Skull Bash now!
That Skull Bash is right on target!
The highlight of course being Charizard's showdown with his fellow Gen 1 counterpart, Blastoise. Smell you later, Gary.
I won. And I beat Gary.
Number 2, Ash vs Paul. Oh, this guy. This son of a dead anime dad had it coming from the moment Ash entered the Sinnoh region. With his complete disregard for Pokemon based on their stats being, well, exactly what all of us do in the games to be honest, but still.
Torterra, no!
Paul had proven himself Ash's most despicable rival of all time, which was what made his defeat at the Lily of the Valley conference all the sweeter. All of this was due to the irony that the Infernape that Ash used to bury Paul's team was the one the latter had long abandoned and viewed as weak. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Ash vs Leon. Could it be anything else? This was the culmination of Ash's dream to become a Pokemon Master, a battle 25 years in the making. Ash finally standing at the pinnacle of the Pokemon world, facing off against the undefeated world champion, Leon. This battle had everything: high stakes, emotional moments, strategic masterclasses, and incredible displays of power from both sides. The final clash between Pikachu and Charizard was one for the ages. Seeing all of Ash's Pokemon throughout the years giving their support brought tears to our eyes. And the fact that the original theme song played as Pikachu defeated Charizard cemented this battle as not only the best of the Masters 8 tournaments, but the greatest in the whole series. Have a soft spot for a certain showdown starring Ash and company? Let us know in those comments below.
Gibble! Draco Meteor!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.